Building a better marketing system, owned and custom audiences. I'm Bruce May, the founder of Bizperity and your instructor for this series. This course, Digital Media Strategies, includes 4 micro courses, 4 main digital marketing processes, owned audiences, tactical considerations, and 15 basic campaigns. This micro course, owned and custom audiences, includes the 5 micro lessons shown on the right, audience strategies, niche audiences, Facebook audiences, content creation, and digital media strategy basics. This video covers our micro lesson content creation. Be sure and download our ebook, Owned and Custom Audiences, available in our content library on bizperity.com. Traditional marketing focuses on producing ad copy that promotes your products or services. Content and social media marketing focus primarily on creating non-promotional content. Content comes in many different formats today, including blogs, newsletters, ebooks, white papers, webinars, infographics, and many kinds of video formats. A good content strategy will make use of many of these different media formats, creating a library of content that your audience can consume. What kind of content you might want to produce will depend heavily on the nature of your business. Are you B2C? B2B? Do you have a professional sales staff? Do you use consultative sales processes? Do your customers need to be educated about your products before they buy? You need to carefully consider your customers' need for information before you can decide what kind of content you need to create. Content is fuel for your content marketing campaigns. Good content allows you to build stronger relationships with your prospects and customers, and it nurtures them further down the customer journey and into the sales funnel. You can create content yourself, collaborate with media and content professionals, or curate content created by others. Curating content is the fastest and easiest way to use content because you don't have to create it yourself. You just post links to worthy content you find online, including posts, articles, ebooks, and much more. The nature of the customer journey is different for each of your customer segments. So think through the nature of each segment as it plays out across the customer journey. Then make a list of issues and concerns they have at each point in the journey. Early stages require more educational content that addresses key issues, concerns, risks, and needs. Later stages need more product information. For businesses without salespeople, promotional ads should dominate the late conversions in the customer journey. For businesses with salespeople, use content to nurture prospects throughout the customer journey and into the sales funnel. If you're dealing with a lot of content, all the content you create should exist inside a content library that is stored in a file directory, with subfolders organized in an outline format with subtopics stored under the main topics. This is for your purposes, and it's not a public-facing content library. If you're working with the marketing team, you can also use a knowledge management system to organize your content and other marketing processes. Platforms like Norton, Slight, Guru, and Whale have free or extremely low pricing models. As you recall, creating content is the practice of finding content online and linking to it in a post or using it as a reference in other content that you create. If you're curating content, you should create a short brief listing the name, topic, link, and a copy of the comments you make when posting the content, or using it as a reference in other content that you might create. Store your short brief in a file directory. Follow this best practice while you are creating content, even before you publish it, so you can easily find your research all in one location. There are 3 main types of content that should be included in your content strategy. Non-promotional content focuses on information that is useful for nurturing your prospects. Ads and promotions are used to either market the content itself or to market your products. And product information is used in the late stage in the sales process to help the decision-making required in closing a deal. You should have all 3 types of content in your content library. Ask yourself these key questions. How much of this content should you place on your website in a public-facing content library or strategically in specific web pages? How much should you use only in content marketing campaigns? And what kind of content you should make available to your salespeople to use one-on-one with active prospects? The answers to these questions will determine how much content you need to create. For businesses with a long and complex customer journey, non-promotional content has greater value. Non-promotional content provides the bulk of the content in a content library. This is the content that helps you pull a prospect into the buying cycle. The focus on non-promotional content is on helping prospects understand their needs and the kinds of solutions that can help them satisfy those needs. For businesses with a complex customer journey, non-promotional content does not promote your products or services because the prospects in this early stages of the customer journey, and they're not yet ready to explore those options. Content marketing allows you to pull prospects into the marketing process before they're even thinking about buying. Automating this process allows you to build a powerful marketing system that can expand your potential prospects pool to include larger audiences in Facebook or LinkedIn and drive more of these prospects into your own audience in your CRM. These techniques allow you to drive prospects through the entire customer journey, moving from new leads to marketing qualified leads to sales qualified leads, and finally, to customers. Here's a list of 7 areas that can provide compelling content. Product or industry knowledge that is of interest to your audience. This is not promotional. It's just information that would be of interest to anyone in the industry, including your customers. Think introducing a new engine in a line of trucks or a new hair treatment for a hair salon. Innovations to challenges faced by your target market. Anything that would be fascinating to your customers. Think self-driving cars or anything to do with any new technology. Industry news and trends, particularly things that impact how your customers use your products and services. Anything that might improve the customer experience. Think a change in regulations that make it easier to buy or implement a service that you provide. Company product news, but only if it's relevant to the needs of your customers. This is news that is focused on providing a solution to a customer need. Think a new line of products that services a unique need that you never provided for before, or company news that can be newsworthy, like a news story that features a career profile of you as a senior leader in your company. Company events include live events, sponsored events, webinars, and many more. These all help educate your audience about needs, challenges, and solutions. Events may be promotional, but that's not the focus of the event. Think of trade shows, a sponsored networking event, or an educational webinar. Partner news and events. Similar events that are produced by a partner company rather than by yourself. Includes partner events that you will be attending or supporting in some way. Again, think trade shows, networking events, or speaking event where you'll actually appear. Preferred customer programs. If these are used to identify customer evangelists, who can help pull in new prospects for you. Think news about changes to any customer or fan program you may be introducing, including information about how to participate in a fan program or any other program that's similar. Ads are naturally a part of your promotional marketing campaigns. Design campaigns to drive prospects into your sales funnel. For businesses marketing to a sales funnel, non-promotional content helps nurture these prospects, moving them through the customer journey where they can be converted to a sales qualified lead. Promotional ads help motivate the final stage of the customer journey where prospects become sales qualified leads. For a business that does not have a sales staff, non-promotional content is useful in branding campaigns and to build need awareness. Promotional ads motivate people directly to buy your products or services. Design separate campaigns for promotional and non-promotional content. Don't mix promotional and non-promotional content in the same type or piece of content, like a print ad or a video. That makes the content advertorial in nature. and most users spot that almost immediately. Place ads within your content only if it looks like an ad and is separated from the main content by a border or some other graphic element. In video ads, use an obvious transition effect before and after cutting to a promotion of any kind. Preferably, these are at the end of your video. This doesn't apply to a marketing video, which is already promotional in nature. It is obvious to the consumer that these burger ads are ads and not content designed to be non-promotional. Don't confuse the user. You want them to recognize an ad when they see one. It is tempting to create advertorial content that is thinly disguised as a piece of non-promotional content, which contains a well-hidden promotional message or offer. Resist the temptation to create advertorial content. It will only hurt your brand reputation. Promotional content and non-promotional content both have very different purposes in your content strategy, as we've already seen. In social media, non-promotional content should be used more often. People will be far more interested in that over your ads. Boosting a post with non-promotional content is really not an ad, and that's fine. What you're really doing is pushing out non-promotional content when you do that, unless the post has a promotional message or an offer. And that's fine too. Just know which one you're doing and do it with a purpose. If you're sending out both promotional posts and non-promotional posts, as a rule of thumb, send out 3 to 5 non-promotional pieces of content for every promotional piece of content. Non-promotional content also needs to be promoted so people can find it. Sounds like a contradiction, but it's not. You need to promote your non-promotional content. So design promotional campaigns to promote your non-promotional content. A classic way to do this is to buy online ads to drive traffic to a landing page where prospects fill out a contact form so they can download your content, as we've seen. This is one of the 4 key main digital marketing processes. Use it a lot. If your marketing budget is limited and you don't want to invest your own time creating content, then you may want to focus most of your energy on curating content created by others. Curation simply means that you identify, store, and share content created by others. This requires that you become familiar with the best content creators in your industry and regularly subscribe or consume their content. Whenever you identify a compelling piece of content, you can share that in social media. Always link to the content. Don't copy content and make it appear that you created it. You should add your own comments when sharing content, acting like a good critic who editorializes, sharing your own thoughts about the content itself. As part of your content strategy, you should map out a content plan that will identify the kinds of content you will produce, the kinds of topics you will address, and the kinds of content you'll curate. A good production plan will include a list of the content you want to create, the content format for each, the resources you'll need, including staff and equipment, and a production schedule to hold your staff or yourself accountable for creating the content that you need. And you can do this all yourself because content creation tools are affordable and easier to use than ever. You should also identify any subject matter experts inside your organization who can help produce content for you. Ideally, one person should be identified in your marketing team who's in charge of your content plan. They can act like as an editor-in-chief who can coordinate the creation and distribution of content and also help to edit and improve the content before it goes out. If you're creating video, hire someone with experience shooting and editing video. Try and pick someone who can write and work in Photoshop too. When I've worked with clients, this is where they always fall short. Content production, from a simple ad, even all the way up to a television commercial, requires a team approach with roles and responsibilities well defined. So assign roles and responsibilities to every production project and whoever's working on it, even if the project roles change from one project to the next. Unless you do it all yourself, which you can, once again, because content tools are inexpensive and easy to use. Always use an assistant AI like Copilot or Grok to guide you when using any software tool or app until you become familiar with how to use it. If content marketing seems overwhelming to you, it can be, but you don't have to bite off more than you can chew. Some businesses can get by with just posting in social media, a few posts a week, either links to curated content you find online, or perhaps just images of happy customers with a comment line. Businesses that are B2B with industry experts inside their company and easy access to outside experts can produce a lot of excellent content. They only need to create a content marketing team or an in-house production department. Some love creating content, so find them in your business or hire them. Happy content people make better content, so don't yell and boss your content team around. Create a happy and collaborative working environment to maximize content production. Scale up your content marketing to meet your needs and don't do more than you feel will benefit you. No matter how much content you create, you will likely find it to be one of the best marketing tools available today. If you're a charity, consider creating an all-volunteer in-house production department. Content production requires commitment and some skill. Do as much as you can yourself when you're just starting your business, then scale up with the help of a digital agency or hire production experts for your own in-house production department. That completes this micro lesson, content creation. Be sure and download our ebook, Owned and Custom Audiences, available in our content library in bizperity.com. Next time, we'll cover tactical considerations. See you next time on Building a Better Marketing System. Thank you for joining us.